Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. So as usual, let's just jump right into it and talk about what happened in the market today and what we can expect for the remainder of the week. Now, today essentially played out pretty close to what I predicted from yesterday, where essentially I said how I personally believe that we will go back above 800. I predicted how today most likely will be a bounce, which was, it was a green day. Not the greenest of days, but, nonetheless, still up better than down. And then we'll most likely get right back above 800, and that's exactly what we did. We're actually at 805 cents is where we closed. So that's a pretty decent sign. So we are above the 800 level, which I like to see. Now, pretty much tomorrow is the important day I was talking about. Tomorrow is that CPI day that's coming out. So that'll dictate the market, in my opinion, for the rest of the week, most likely. So we'll definitely revisit that when that's, finally come out, and we can actually, discuss it and whatnot, and see how the market reacts to it. All that good stuff, of course, as per usual. But yeah, so Tesla ending the day just barely up at 1.64%, with the indices, of course, being up as well, slightly underperforming the QQQ because the QQQ was up 1.22%, meaning Tesla should be up about 2.5% roughly. But nonetheless, it's still a pretty okay day. So honestly, today, not much to talk about. Today's essentially what I said yesterday still completely holds true. Just, what I said yesterday played out today. And there's still, of course, the remainder, which again, I'm personally still fairly bullish on this week and on the next, short-term movement happening, maybe the rest of this week, maybe early next week, things like that, where I still personally believe that we definitely want to be looking to make a move upwards, essentially. We still have a gap to fill here at 8. Actually, it's all the way here technically. Pretty much at 866 is where we have a gap to fill, which we have yet to fill, of course. I definitely think we're going to be probably making our way over to this gap relatively soon, somewhere around this 860 to 865 level. I definitely think we'll be going there. That's probably the next target that I currently have, which is also this resistance of this 860 to 865 level. That's definitely a decent resistance there. So essentially, the way I'm looking at it now, guys, is this, right? This video is going to be shorter only because there's not much else to add from yesterday other than the fact of what I'm about to add, I guess, which is essentially the target right now, guys, is going to be 860 to 865. That's going to be a gap fill. Usually gap fills tend to be a fairly decent resistance when you're going up to them in this case, to fill it upwards, which is what we're looking to do here. So pretty much what I'm expecting is, there's a decent chance we get a quick rejection, but overall what I want to see is if we can ever go above 860 to 865 and especially 880 and get solid closure candles, like, longer time frame candles, like 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, even a daily, and consistently get those closing above those levels. That is where I want to, have some confirmation that we're probably going to be making our way up to this kind of, 900 to like 920 probably level, maybe if we're lucky 940. But that's essentially what I'm currently seeing. So the very first thing I'd want to be looking for and the very first thing I'd be paying attention to for further upside is how we react to this gap fill at 865 to 860 range, and see, if we just instantly get rejected and slam back down, or if we get rejected very slightly, maybe back to 850, and then we end up just kind of, bouncing off that and continuing our way back upwards, eventually, of course, breaking past this 860 to 865 resistance, and especially 880 will be, nicer confirmation, in my opinion, to where we can start, talking about touching that, lower 900 level that I've been talking about for a few days now. So that's essentially my overall thoughts at the moment, guys. Not much to add. Like I said, it was a fairly straightforward day. Essentially what I predicted yesterday happened today. We can take a look at the Bollinger Bands, I guess, but I really don't think it's going to add too much context here. You can see we're still kind of trending off the bot side of the Bollinger Band, getting a nice little bounce from it, of course, but again, nothing too crazy. I think tomorrow will be relatively sideways up until the CPI numbers come out, which should be somewhere in the afternoon, as I think usually it's like at 2 p.m. Eastern or something like that. I really don't think a whole lot other than that is going to be happening tomorrow. We can take a look at the volume profile just for the sake of it, I guess. So this is another reason why I do think that, breaking above this 860 to 865 level is important. Not only is it the gap fill resistance, but that's where the volume starts increasing. So there'll be a lot of pressure up in this level, in my opinion. So I do think we're going to come up here. It's just a matter of how do we react to the specific scenario and to this specific level. That is going to be the biggest question. So again, guys, that's the first thing I'll be looking forward to, or paying attention to rather, and waiting for confirmation, if you will. And then once we get to this area, which I think we will, we can revisit that and kind of, start further dissecting as to what, it looks like, how it's reacting, what it can lead into. Are we going to actually move up more, or is this, as high as we get before further downside? But yeah, that's essentially what I'm seeing, guys. RSI is looking pretty mediocre. Still not really looking, the hottest thing in the world. It's just kind of following the chart. It's not really showing any very obvious, visible bullish divergence yet. It might later in the future, but at the moment it's just essentially following the chart. You know, nothing too crazy here in my opinion. It's not looking like it wants to really turn into like a bullish like move yet. I still think we're overall in a bearish move, even if we bounce up to like, again, low 900s. I still think that overall we're still in, very well in a bearish move. So yeah, I wouldn't put my, I wouldn't go hoping for all-time highs, I guess is what I'm saying, anytime soon. Let's just say that. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Again, like I said before too, my ultimate price target is still going to be all the way down. So at the very least, 760, probably 700. Maybe we'll go lower. We'll see how we react to here. But I definitely think we will probably revisit this range at some point. And again, if we break 760 to 750, then most likely we're going to be seeing 700 fairly quickly. So keep that in mind, guys. But either way, let me know what you think down below. I'll see you for the next one. Peace, peace, peace.